Things have to have a use for them. Do I even need to explain why? So it can be completely funny when you find something that's absolutely useless. As for me, I'm just out here selling my new product, Diet Water. The same great taste of real water, but with 0 of the calories and 0 of the sugars. What a useful product.
Alright, so no real intro. Let's just look at some useless things in Nintendo games. Because I think it would just be funny to poke fun at some of these things. Alright, let's get useless. Smash Bros. Is a game series with a lot of items. One item that can be used is a Pokeball, and there are a bunch of Pokemon that can be found within the Pokeball item. All of these Pokemon have some sort of benefit to the player when the ball is tossed, whether how little or how large that benefit may be. And then there's Goldeen. It literally comes out, flops around for a bit, and then leaves. Literally a fish out of water. It does absolutely nothing other than just saying, yeah, good work, Goldeen. Really putting in an effort there. I don't even know why they chose Goldeen for this role. Magikarp is the signature flipping and flopping around fish in Pokemon. So the fact that they use Goldeen doesn't even make sense here. You know, there's not much else to this useless item. It's just does nothing. So coins in Mario have always been kind of whatever, but at the same time they still had their purpose, being that if you got 100 of them, then you would get an extra life. Then they made the game New Super Mario Bros. 2, where they put an emphasis on the coins. So maybe with this greater emphasis on coins, they'll serve a greater purpose now. Nope, it's the opposite. They literally changed nothing about them, they just added more of them. And since there's more of them, then that means you'll have way too many lives by like the 3rd level already. Meaning that now there is no point of collecting them because now you have more than enough lives. Damn, actually Nintendo taught kids the concept of inflation. The more money you produce, then the less valuable the money becomes. Never mind, I take all this back. This isn't useless at all. You're teaching kids about inflation. There is actually a coin counter on the title screen now, and when you get 1 million coins, something does happen. You get a gold Mario on the title screen. Great. Oh, but while you're at it, why stop at 1 million? Might as well max out the counter to 9,999,999. And your reward? A golden Tanuki on the title screen. All those hours wasted for this? Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
If only making real money was this easy. Oh wait, it is when you're selling Brad's Diet Water. Look at these sales, we're off the charts here.
So Earthbound is a game that I would highly recommend, especially if you like RPGs. It does have some flaws, I will say that, but what it gets right, it gets right. One problem with this game is the painfully slow movement speed. However, luckily you get to the second town in the game, and there's a bike. Yeah, problem solved. Only problem is that the bike has only 1 seat, meaning you can't use it if you have another party member with you. And in the next town that you visit, you get your first party member, and from then on, you always have someone in your party with you. This gives you about, half an hour to use the bike before it is literally unusable for the rest of the game. What a joke! This is absolutely useless! No, what? It's a tease actually. What is the point of adding this item if you literally can't use it for 95% of the game? Might as well put it in your storage and free up your inventory space. That would be more useful than this. So Pokemon is a big franchise with a lot of Pokemon. And with so many creatures, there can be a lot of Pokemon that are considered useless. But the beauty of Pokemon is that they can evolve, so if they're bad at one point, they'll eventually become stronger. And then there's this poor bastard. Combee is one Pokemon that actually does evolve into this queen bee of sorts called Vespiquen, but it can only do so if it is a female, making the male Combees worthless. Bad typing, abysmal stats, and in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, it can only use 2 moves. One of them is Gust, which is a weak flying type move. So, okay, it can blow on the enemy, great. And the other move is Sweet Scent. Jeez, that sounds quite pleasant actually. I want someone to give me a sweet scent. What a sad existence of a Pokemon. One day a Beartic is gonna come around and think it's a honeycomb and just eat this poor thing. Jeez. Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like the title implies, in this game you time travel. So when you go to this Goron as a kid, he says he's making something, but it'll take some time to be completed. So we simply go forward in time until you're an adult, and he gives you the Giant's Knife. What an item. It took all this time to make, so it's gonna be a good one. Huh? It breaks after 1 use? And then you're just stuck with this stub of a sword? What a scam artist.
Can you believe that guy? What kind of person would go around and trying to sell people useless products?
And then, when you go back and try and return the sword, he just asks if you want a new one. Psh! A new one? Give me my money back, that's what I want! The nerve of this guy. If you weren't made of rock, buddy, I would scrap you right about now. So, yes, obviously, this sword is pretty useless. I guess this was a joke of sorts that the developers put in the game. Ha! So funny. A sword that breaks after one use. The Giant's Knife, everyone. And the last thing I'm going to look at is something that was pretty common in a bunch of old Nintendo games back in the Sprite era of gaming. A high score. Did anyone actually ever compare high scores in single-player level-based games like Mario Bros. Games? No, of course not. Who cares? It was about the experience of playing these games, not getting a high score. Like, obviously, I get why they initially had high scores in these games, coming from the arcade era games where high scores did matter. So I'm not knocking them for having them, but at the same time, you cannot deny that these things are, say it with me, they're useless.
And there we have it. Now we've looked at a bunch of different useless things that I found in Nintendo games. Hey, Ron. Hey, how's it going? You've been such a great vice president of my company, Brad's Diet Water. So great that, in fact, I am giving you the company. Yep, as of now, you're responsible for all earnings, profits, liabilities, and lawsuits. Yeah, no need to thank me. Good luck with the company.